Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Oh, Minister for Energy. Yes, please.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, given that the Minister talked about non-payment of electricity bills, which started from 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, culminating in the curtailment of electricity to the factory, leading to huge unpaid bills, I want to inquire from the Minister what plan she has to ensure that all those huge accumulated bills that she inherited are settled to enable the factory to kickstart. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, do you have answer to this question? You may do so.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as I indicated earlier, the factory has accumulated electricity bills that's worrisome. I inherited same when I took office last year. When we have the transactional advisor and we have the private sector operator, it will be part of the cost of the plant, and so all of that will be taken care of. So I can assure the Minister for Energy that even when we bring this plant on stream, the inherited debts relative to the electricity bill will be sorted out. I thank you for the opportunity.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to find out from the Minister the terms of reference of the transaction advisor. Thank you.
Honorable Member, I don't know where this supplementary question is coming from. Because the sentence says, given the importance government attaches to the factory, the ministry has prioritized the engagement of a transaction advisor to package the factory. So they've not yet engaged. They are prioritized to engage. And you're already asking for the terms of reference. Yes, please.
I would like to know the scope of the transaction advisor, the scope of his work.
Minister, do you have any answer to that?
Especially if we get the authorization from the Ministry of Finance, we will draft one for the transactional advisor, but it's obvious that we have not procured one, and so its terms is not ready. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I think that maybe if the honorable member has said he has not seen, I would have appreciated it more, but for his information, the 2026 budget made mention of Commander Sugar Factory. What is more, the people of Commander are not up in arms. Sugarcane growers are not up in arms. I have indicated that they are rather excited, because for the past 8 years, They were not engaged, but when I assumed office as Ghana's Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, I engaged them. And so they know that very soon they will get the opportunity to grow sugarcane for the Commander Sugar Factory. So there is nothing like they being in arms, and there is a provision for Commander Sugar Factory in the 2026 budget. Thank you very much, Honorable Member.
Honorable members, please, may we move on to the next question? The next question stands in the name of the Honorable Member for New Juabensa, Honorable Michael Agyare Befi.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry the status of the vehicle component manufacturing policy. Thank you, Speaker.
Yes, Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, as part of the implementation of government's industrial transformation agenda, the automotive industry has been identified as a strategic industry. To harness the multiplier effect in developing the automotive industry, the government has drafted the Ghana Automotive Component Manufacturing Development Policy to attract investments from component manufacturers to feed into the local automotive industry while supplying aftermarket components across the sub-region. Globally, the automotive component manufacturing industry is universally recognized as a key strategic sector for stimulating multiplier effect in terms of industrial transformation and as a powerful driver of employment, foreign investment, innovation, and economic growth, contributing directly and indirectly to GDP. Established automotive production locations typically have automotive component employment levels 2 to 3 times that of vehicle assemblers. Mr. Speaker, a draft policy provides a structured framework to attract local and foreign investment into the manufacturing of components, parts, and accessories, while strengthening standards, skills, infrastructure, and market access to position Ghana as a regional automotive hub. The fundamental principle underlying the policy is that the private sector is the engine of future growth, with government providing an enabling environment designed for automotive component manufacturing to thrive over the long term. Mr. Speaker, the policy has been shared specifically with the Ministries of Finance, Land Development and Employment, Energy and Green Transition, Transport to solicit further comments for incorporation. In the coming days, I'll be discussing with my colleague, Honorable Kaisel, the alignment of the policy incentive measures with the government's current incentive regime to pave way for the submission of the draft document to Cabinet for consideration and approval. This will be followed by the necessary legislative amendment for full implementation. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, the Ghana Automotive Component Manufacturing Policy presents a major opportunity to deepen industrialization, expand exports, create skilled jobs, integrate SMEs, and position Ghana as the automotive hub for West Africa and thereafter. Parliamentary oversight and support will be essential to anchor physical, regulatory, and institutional reforms required to operationalize this strategic national program. And I thank the Honourable Member of Parliament for the question. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, under government's agenda to reset Ghana's economic development, the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry is implementing the Accelerated Export Development Program to support export-oriented enterprises, especially those in the non-traditional sector, to grow in scale by expanding production for existing markets and to penetrate new markets with high value-added products. Specific initiatives undertaken include the procurement and distribution of 211,606 coconut seedlings to farmers in the Volta, Eastern, Central, Western and Ashanti regions to diversify export product lines. Farmers in other regions will be considered in the second phase of the distribution. The ministry, through her agencies, has made has also supported 79 enterprises to participate in various international fairs in countries such as China, Germany, and Italy to exhibit their products. Through participation in the exhibition, the enterprises have succeeded in securing orders to the tune of 325 million USD and 2.7 million euros. Ghana Export Promotion Authority, GEPA's Export School has trained 62 small and medium enterprises in export market intelligence, export financing, market access requirements, and trade logistics to enhance the capacity of local enterprises to compete in the export market. GEPA has also provided advisory services to 850 MSMEs on market penetration, attractiveness, export trade protocols, and other export-related information. To facilitate export, the Ghana Free Zones Authority has fully deployed a single-window platform for free zone enterprises to expedite the export processing system and provide seamless export trade. Additionally, 27 free zones enterprises were registered to participate in the Africa Continental Free Trade Area market. As part of the potential measures to be compliant with EU standards, leverage on the market opportunities and maintain competitiveness of Ghanaian products, the Ghana Standard Authority inspected 1,279 export consignment, fishing establishment, and frozen vessels. To enhance our export competitiveness and in response to the challenges faced by exporters in meeting the 60-day repatriation deadline under the Bank of Ghana's Letter of Commitment policy, the Ministry engaged the Bank of Ghana to review and address the relevant policy constraints. Through the Ministry's engagement with the Bank of Ghana, extension has been secured for the expiry tenure of the letters of commitment required for the repatriation of export proceeds from 60 to 120 days. This allows Ghanaian exporters to be more competitive, improve buyer relationship, and offer favorable terms of payment whilst maintaining regulatory compliance. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry is leveraging existing preferential trade agreements to expand Ghana's export market and provide product diversification through the implementation of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. And thereafter, the Ministry has organized 2 regional dialogues in Central and Volta region to enhance MSMEs' participation in AFTA as part of AFTA's NCO-UNDP cooperation project for women and youth-led enterprises. To ensure consumer safety, compliance quality, and improve the competitiveness of made-in-Ghana products, the Ghana Standard Authority improved its certificate scheme and certified 278 locally manufactured products. Ghana Standard Authority has also issued 1,172 export and health certificates to ensure product quality assurance and improve exports. Mr. Speaker, added to initiative under the Accelerated Export Development Program, the Exim Bank is currently conducting assessments on companies that receive initial funds for construction, procurement of machinery and installation, but struggling to start operation due to lack of adequate working capital or raw materials. The objective is to consider them for extension of credit lines. This is to ensure the smooth operationalization of their businesses and enhance local production. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry is also implementing Feed the Industry under Ghana FIRST initiative to enhance competitiveness and sustainability of Ghana's agro-processing industry through integrated agricultural value chains that ensure consistent supply of quality raw materials. Feed the Industry is designed to boost production of local materials under commercial contract farming to ensure a consistent and sufficient supply of high-quality agricultural produce for industrial use. Under the initiative, over 40,000 acres of land has been earmarked by Yeji Traditional Council to promote large-scale commercial contract farming. In addition, government has prohibited the export of raw rubber and non-ferrous scrap metal to to secure raw materials for processing by local factories. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I reaffirm that these multifaceted interventions spanning domestic production, export expansion, and value addition remain central to our vision to building a resilient and inclusive export-led economy. I thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as I indicated, the procurement and distribution of the 211,606 coconut seedlings to farmers in the aforementioned regions was done by my agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority. And so I will not readily know the mechanism by which they use to distribute, but I'm happy to find that and communicate it to you. Thank you very much. And the rest will be done in this year. They are waiting for the commitment authorization. You know, under the administration of Excellency John Dramani Mahama, you cannot procure until you get commitment authorization letter from the Ministry of Finance to ensure that everything that you are procuring is budgeted for. And so immediately, the Ministry of Finance makes the commitment authorization available. The processes for procurement will start, and then we'll continue thereafter. Thank you very much. Sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. This is private sector money with private sector. It is not government money. We are not going to utilize it. The private sector that we facilitate, you know, public sector led, private sector driven. We lead for the private sector to make the money and make the economy strong. Thank you very much. Opportunity given me to say the things I wanted to chip in at the last time, but I didn't get the opportunity. The Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry has established 7 factories for value addition with support from Ministry of Finance and IFAD. They include a cashew factory, 2 cassava factories, poultry, maize, and cashew. Yes, I mentioned cashew already. And in this year, that's true. And this year, the ministry, this year, the ministry is coming up with 2 cashew factories, cabinet approved for the construction of 2 cashew factories, one in Bono East, another in Bono region, to be financed by EXIM. The government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is up and doing in value addition. And so this year, apart from these 2, there will be 5 more factories in Ghana at various locations. I thank you very much for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, the orders secured are orders for export, but I will not be able to tell you how much of the money has been repatriated, but how much exports we help them secure, I can say for a fact. But if you want that, you can respectfully require of me, and I'll respond. Thank you very much.
Honourable members, we move on to the last question. Minority Leader.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I noticed that the minister, anytime she's asked a question, supplementary question, it is yes, no, I don't know. Mr. Speaker, the minister must know that she is not in the witness box. She is not responding to a cross-examination question. This is House of Parliament. This is House of Parliament. And you must be elaborative and explain the issues. This is a matter that the public is interested in. Mr. Speaker, that said, I would want to know from the minister. She says that some 7 factories are being constructed. May I know from the Honorable Minister what incentives the government has in place for these factories, because we are aware that since the 1D1F policy was cancelled, there is no policy alternative to support the private sector. The whole of the last year, there was no growth in industry. So, Mr. Speaker, she should explain to this House the incentives that the government has put in place to support the private sector. Mr. Speaker, that is the question.
Please repeat your question.
Speaker, with respect, the Honorable Minister in an earlier answer said the government is establishing 7 factories, including some cashew factories in Bono East and the Bono region. So, Speaker, what I want to know from the Minister is what incentives the government has put in place in view of the fact that the 1D1F policy, which was to allow for tax exemption to enable these factories import raw materials and machinery at a cheaper cost and to produce cheaper and expand their business and employ more, has been abolished.
Honorable Minority Leader, you know issues in relation to cancellation or otherwise of 1D, 1F cannot emanate from the question or the answer that you have quoted. I will allow the Minister to answer the question limited to any incentives available. Yes, Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. An earlier question, since he is the minority leader, he had the opportunity to ask 2 questions. The first one was the fact that my answers were very short, which I respectfully state that as a good law student, I answer questions the way they are asked. When the questioner asked whether the private people will have the opportunity to participate, the answer was yes. And I didn't have to add anything more. So it's not as if I will evade question or I don't know an answer to a question, but I answer questions as they are asked, and I don't tell people in asking the questions. So you have to elicit from me what you want. I don't second guess people. If you ask a simple question, I give a simple answer. Thank you. And then on the cashew production, fortunately, they did not need tax waivers from individuals because this is IFAD, and IFAD already has tax waivers. And so when IFAD purchased the machines for the cashew, the tax waivers were there already. And so they had the opportunity to use that which they have been given. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, may I know from the Minister, these 7 factories she refers to, are they being fully funded by the private sector, or they are being funded by the state? And if so, what are the amounts involved?
Honorable Minister, you can ask the question whether it is funded by the state or private sector, but regarding the amount involved, minority leaders should file a separate question.
I am extremely grateful, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the factories are funded solely. Okay, so it's not funded by 2 groups, the Ministry of Finance and then IFAD. No private sector contribution, except that it will be run by the private sector. So, Honorable Speaker, there is no, yes, IFAD, yes.
Please, and you are not to answer anybody from the periphery.
Yeah, okay.
You answer the question and you address the chair.
Yeah. Right Honorable Speaker, the factories are financed by the Ministry of Finance and IFAD, no private sector contribution. Thank you.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Speaker, from what the minister has just told this House, I want to know from him, whether these private companies that are going to manage a public funded factories have already shown experience, or they are completely new startups. Because from the explanation, it appears to me that government is Mr. Speaker,
Minority Leader, you are to ask a supplementary question, but not to tell a story.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, you always, Mr. Speaker, with
yes, you have asked your supplementary question.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, you know you always want us to extend courtesy to you, but your words are harsh. Yes. Your words, Mr. Speaker,
yes,
your words are harsh.
Yes, because
when we turn back to you,
because you asked your supplementary question. You have asked a supplementary question, so the minister must answer.
Mr. Speaker, you don't use such words on your leader. Let me return back that respect to you. Please. Please. I beg you. Please.
Ask a supplementary question with all due respect.
Mr. Speaker, I will. But the language from the chair might be said that we can all cooperate. I beg you.
Very well.
Thank you.
Ask a supplementary
Mr. Speaker,
question.
My question to my respected colleague, the minister, is that since this funding is 100% from the state and being run by the private sector, according to her, I want to know whether these private sector entities have shown any experience prior to being granted that access, or they are new startups.
Yes.
Or they are startups.
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, fortunately, they have not been selected. What happens is that we do an open tender for people to take the bid, show what they have done, competence and all of that before, through proper tendering, they will be selected. Thank you.
Yes, that is question number one.
That's last one.
Very well.
Mr. Speaker, it is always important for clarity. Now, from what the minister has just said, it means that these factories have not been set up at all.
You see, it is to avoid what is happening.
No,
that's
Speaker,
why I'll urge on you to ask a supplementary question.
Speaker, I am doing exactly so.
Yes.
But Mr. Speaker,
but look at what is happening between you and the minister.
What I want to know from the minister, simply, is that when does she hope to complete this process for the factory to be in full operation?
Thank you. Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm sure if we give ourselves the next 8 weeks, we should be able to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Majority Leader. Honorable Majority Chief, we saw the Majority Leader earlier on his feet. Yes, Majority Leader.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to caution my colleague, the Minority Leader. Yes, caution, yes. Caution.
It's parliamentary language.
To caution, yes. Caution. I use the word caution.
Admonish.
I use the word caution.
Synonym admonish.
Mr. Speaker. Okay. Unfortunately, my friend who attended Fufutsu Primary School is not here to assist you. he would have told you that if you just Google the word caution, you find out that the word caution is not an offensive word.
At all.
It is not an offensive word at all.
At all.
So please, I just want to draw his attention that when you have disagreements with a decision of the Speaker, your approach and the way that you try to take on a speaker in the chair is sometimes not the best. Because you can have issues. You can take your time and raise the issues with the Speaker. The Speaker may review his decision, but the manner in which you were taking the first Deputy Speaker on is what I want to caution, that next time we shouldn't do it that way. Especially we are live on television and then everybody's watching us. So I just want us to be cautious.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Ah nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.